and welcome to Freelancer Showcase. My name is Melody Matheny from Slice Creative Network, and we're here today with Pana Thitaram. Welcome, Pana.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
So nice to have you on the show. Thank you for joining us.
For having me.
All right, so we're going to go straight into it. I'd like for all of our viewers to know who you are as quickly and wonderfully as possible.
Okay.
So, Pana, tell us, what disciplines do you work in?
So I mostly do a lot of scenic design work, prop design, and visual effects work.
All right, great. And what companies have you worked with in the past?
Well, Universal Art and Design, Universal Creative, Walt Disney Imagineering, JRA. That's the tip of the iceberg anyway.
I know you've worked for a few more. You and I have worked together a couple of times.
Yes, I know.
So you're currently located in Orlando, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and I know this is a digital world and we work all over the world technically, but if someone were to offer you a position in another location, might you consider that?
I'm down for some new adventures.
All right, sweet. Well, let's take a look at your portfolio.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the most recent thing that I've really sort of absolutely enjoyed was working at Halloween Horror Nights. And these are just a few of the things that I did that, are memorable, with Graveyard Games, Yeti, Ghostbusters, and the Undead Vikings Zone. Somehow working here sort of showed me what it is that I really love and what I want to do, which is create these scenic elements and just scare the bejesus out of people. It's very entertaining. So moving on. I put this in here because my first gig was to do some work for the Edison in Disney Springs. Some initial concepts for their engines and clock towers, which I don't believe, actually neither of them were chosen, but I also did some of this other work, which is design work for the furnace door and the larger steel door outside, which actually is exactly the way I drew it. So it was a very proud moment for me to be able to go there and see my first built thing. So I know Melody is sort of has a little special place in her heart for this one. This was for the Slice Creative Network, Curry Ford West. I was on Team 4, Team Mela Kaliki Maka, and I did up the drawings and some design work and alterations for the Hele structure, which was fabricated by Fake Productions. But it really kind of stood out as a nice little centerpiece and really kind of, along with the scenic painting from the team and volunteer work, really sort of set the pace and the tone for the kind of feel we were going for throughout the whole environment itself. So along with that sort of fabrication side, I do a lot of 3D modeling. And, I tried to challenge myself by creating like a helmet that was based off of a ride narrative that I'd created. So in this case, it was very much like a sort of fighter pilot type thing, but they were sort of underwater. And I ended up 3D printing the whole thing and then doing some character paint on it and giving it some character, and added this little chest box that lights up and everything. I actually really, really love this piece, and I'm very proud of it. So sort of when I do a lot of illustration work, a lot of things that I'm known for, every time I interview, people talk about it, is that I'm known for a lot of moody, dramatic lighting. And my theory is that this industry was born out of sort of filmmaking and drama and theater. We should have dramatic lighting, and things should be sometimes exaggerated. People expect something that they can't experience in real life, so we give them that magic. So a lot of this was sort of a study in creating an escape room that I modeled in SketchUp, put into AutoCAD, traced it, and then did a painting of it in Photoshop to do a sort of a lighting study. And I think by far it's one of the sort of more better examples of my dramatic lighting usage. So this is from a project I did for my thesis, and it's kind of an odd thing because it combines the hero's journey and a lot of sort of French fairy tales, and it goes through these scene by scene where you have to sort of, it's like a series of escape rooms that you have to sort of figure out the riddle. That's not the, here's the trick, is that it lies in food. I'm very much a culinarian and I love food. And I wanted to tie in food to the hero's journey to creating an attraction. And that was my thesis. And here you can see some of the illustrations of certain scenes. That was a walkthrough attraction. And there you have it.
Thank you, Pana. That was beautiful work. It's so nice to see your portfolio. I've seen it a couple of times, but it always, as everything does, it keeps evolving. So it's nice to see that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job. Okay, so you mentioned in your presentation your thesis. Which school did you go to?
I went to the Savannah College of Art and Design.
All right. Yes. What did you major in?
Themed entertainment design.
All right, great. Thanks. And also you mentioned food and your culinary experiences, and I wanted you to share a little bit about that with the viewers because I think that makes you a really unique designer. Can you share that with us?
I am also a ACF certified sous chef. I have an actual degree, and I used to do a lot of food styling work, and food is my passion. And a lot of it is I like to try to tie in that artistry into edible art as well.
That's awesome. I love it. Well, tell us some more about some of the other disciplines that you work in. I know you have so many interests and a lot of varied skills. Can you tell us more about the past industries you worked in?
Sure. I spent 15 years as a video editor in Atlanta, Georgia, and doing post-production work and compositing for broadcast, especially short format broadcast advertising, aka commercials. But there came a time when I was just it's time that I either pursue my passion or I don't. And that's always been theme parks or themed experiences. And that's what I did. I left it, and well, here I am.
We're all the better to have you. My last question for you was, how can people find out more about you? If people would like to contact you to ask you questions or find out more about you, how would they do that?
Sure. My website is panadesigns.com. You can see it there on the screen. And my email is pthitaram@gmail.com, which is just my first initial, my last name @gmail.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Pana. It was great to have you. Nice to see you.
Always great to see you.
Yeah. Well, have a great day, and we'll see you soon, I hope, Pana.
All right. You too.
Bye.